Hi, this is Pia and you're watching News of the Week on Indus TV. Jane Fraser as Citigroup CEO. Citigroup's named CEO Jane Fraser is breaking Wall Street's longest enduring glass ceiling. Coming February, Jane Fraser will become the first woman to lead a major financial institution in the United States when she takes over the reins of Citigroup, the country's third largest bank. She is a working mom and a mother of two sons. She has a degree from Harvard Business School and Cambridge University. Fraser, who is currently bank's president and head of its global consumer banking, will replace Michael Corbett, who has served as chief executive since 2012. He is stepping down after 37 years at the bank, including 8 years as leader. Fraser has been with Citigroup for 16 years and has led the corporate strategy and mergers and acquisition groups as well as the Latin American arm during her tenure at the bank. Seen as a rising star, she was recently considered for the role of chief executive at Wells Fargo, another top US bank. Details about 2020 presidential debates between Trump and Biden. No matter how you are voting this year, in person or via mail, the 2020 election will be unlike any other in history. With social distancing protocols now in effect across most of the country, likely to remain in place for weeks or even months, there is uncertainty surrounding every key element of the election process. But this election is going to be critically important and your votes matter more than ever. Here are few things we know about Trump-Biden debates. All debates will start at 9 p.m. Eastern and will run 90 minutes without any commercial breaks. The Non-Partisan Commission on Presidential Debates has not yet said whether there will be an audience present at the debates. Current expectation is that audience could still be present but would be significantly reduced. Schedule of 3 debates: September 29th at Cleveland, Ohio, October 15th in Miami, Florida, October 22nd at Nashville, Tennessee. Fox News anchor Chris Wallace will be moderating the first debate. The second debate will be moderated by Steve Scully of C-SPAN. The third and final meeting will be moderated by Kristen Welker of NBC News. The first and only debate between current VP Mike Pence and Biden's newly named running mate Kamala Harris is set for Wednesday, October 7th at the University of Utah in Salt Lake City. Will the truth ever come out in Sushant Singh Rajput case? The case of so-called homicide, first ruled as suicide, has become the focal point of the Indian citizen movement unlike any other seen in the recent history. With the organized crime angle, the drug trafficking and the possibility of money laundering, murder and the financial fraud only adds to the mystery even after the arrest of the prime accused, Rhea Chakraborty. The girlfriend of late actor Rhea Chakraborty was arrested by Narcotics Control Bureau this week and her bail plea was rejected and she is shifted to Byculla jail. The NCB has told the court that she was an active member of a drug syndicate and procured drugs for Sushant Singh Rajput. The agency will announce 25 names of huge Bollywood celebrities and some politicians and businessmen who are named in the investigation soon. In another development related to Kangana Ranaut, Maharashtra's BMC demolished parts of a Pali Hill bungalow in Mumbai, where she had the office of production house. The BMC's action comes at a time the actor is locked in a raging row with the ruling party over her comments on the Mumbai police and the death of Sushant Singh Rajput. Ranawat has said that Mumbai felt like Pakistan occupied Kashmir and criticized the Mumbai police. Along with the probe into Sushant Singh Rajput's mysterious death, CBI has also put its focus on Sushant's manager, Disha Salian's death. President Trump nominated for the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize. This week, President Donald Trump was nominated for the 2021 Nobel Peace Prize for his leadership in negotiating the Abraham Accords, bringing about the full normalization of relations between Israel and United Arab Emirates and marking a major step towards a more peaceful Middle East. The nomination submitted by Christian Tybring-Gjedde, a member of the Norwegian parliament, lauded Trump for his efforts towards resolving protracted conflicts worldwide. This is not Trump's first such nomination, as Tybring-Gjedde submitted one along with another Norwegian official in 2018 following the US president's Singapore summit with Kim Jong-un. Japan's prime minister reportedly did the same. The historical peace agreement between Israel and the UAE enabled full normalization of relations. This announcement made the UAE the first Persian Gulf state and the third Arab nation to have open diplomatic ties with Israel. India-China standoff. Amid growing tensions between Indian and Chinese troops along the line of actual control in eastern Ladakh, External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and his Chinese counterpart Wang Yi met in Moscow. The two foreign ministers agreed that the current situation in the border areas is not in the interest of either side. They agreed, therefore, that the border troops of both sides should continue their dialogue, quickly disengage, maintain proper distance, and ease tensions, the statement said. The People's Liberation Army has confirmed to the Indian Army that it will hand over the 5 youths from Arunachal Pradesh. The handover will take place at Wacha near Kibithu border. And finally, some good news for all cinema lovers. Cinema halls are finally getting opened in few states, including New Jersey, offering some great ticket price and incentives. So enjoy with safety. And that's it from News of the Week. This is Pia signing off.